Africa is rising again against all odds. While the world braces for slowdown, our continent is defying expectations with bold resilience, smart reforms, and unstoppable youth force. Yes, you heard right. Despite global economic storms, Africa is expected to grow from 3.3% in 2024 to 3.9% in 2025, reaching a solid 4% by 2026. In today's deep dive, we unpack the African Economic Outlook 2025, just released by African Development Bank. And trust me, if you're passionate about Africa's future, entrepreneurship, governance, or just curious about where our continent stands globally, then stick with me. You are about to hear the truths, opportunities, and facts that mainstream media doesn't emphasize enough. First, let's take a look at the big picture. The 2025 African Economic Outlook, themed Making Africa's Capital Work Better for Africa's Development, tells a powerful story. Despite trade tensions, wars, inflation spikes, and tightening global capital, Africa is not just surviving, it's adapting and moving forward. Yes. 21 countries projected to grow above 5% next year. Ethiopia, Niger, Rwanda, and Senegal could even hit 7%, the golden zone for real poverty reduction. Africa is projected to outpace the global growth average, second only to emerging Asia. That's not just news. That's a signal. A continent is positioning itself for a structural transformation. But let's be clear, it's not all roses. Let's zoom in a bit. The economic story is not the same across the map. Here's what you need to know. Let's take a look at the top performers in Africa. East Africa, 5.9% projected growth, led by Ethiopia, Rwanda, Tanzania. West Africa, steady 4.3%, driven by new oil and gas discoveries in Senegal and Niger. Struggling regions. Southern Africa, only 2.2%, with South Africa barely pushing 0.8%. Central Africa, slowing to 32%. Policy bottlenecks and instability play a big role. North Africa, sitting at 3.6%. It's okay, but it could be better. Let's get real. Growth on paper is great, but beneath the surface, we have major cracks to fix. 15 African countries are battling double-digit inflation. Governments are now spending 27.5% on their revenue just to pay interest. That's up from 19% in 2019. Meanwhile, in 2022, while Africa received $190 billion inflow, it lost $587 billion to financial leakages. Where is that money going? $90 billion to illicit financial flows. $275 billion to profit shifting by multinationals. $148 billion lost to corruption. Imagine what $587 billion could do for schools, healthcare, agriculture, and roads. We are literally leaking our future. But here's the hopeful part. According to AfDB, Africa has everything it needs, but we need to make our capital work for us. Not for outsiders, not in theory, but practically, efficiently, boldly. $1.43 trillion in domestic resource mobilization just through smarter policies. Okay, 30% of global mineral reserves, we could capture 10% plus of the $16 trillion green mineral market by 2030, 1.1 trillion in pension fund assets ready for strategic development, $560 billion exports potential if the African Continental Free Trade Area is fully implemented, and the youngest population in the world. That's power. A median age of 19 means we have human capital that could add $47 billion to our GDP if we invest in it right. It's not just about what we have, it's how we use it. Professor Kevin Urama, AfDB chief economist, said it best: global capital follows domestic capital. When Africa allocates its capital effectively, the world will invest. Digitalize tax systems and broaden tax bases. Make natural capital accounting a stability. Tap into local savings and pension funds. Harmonize financial regulations for cross-border investment. Stop the hemorrhage. Crack down on illicit flows, corruption, corporate tax dodging. If we can plug the leaks, manage our microeconomics well, and govern transparently, Africa won't just be silent. We will lead. So what does this mean all for you? Whether you are a youth leader, entrepreneur, policy maker, or silent observer, Africa is not waiting to be rescued. We do have the human capital, natural and business financial. It is time to invest smarter, govern better, and demand accountability. To the silent supporters, I see you and I appreciate you. Say hi in the comments if you have ever found value here. Let's build this space together. Follow Tendereize channel on Facebook and TikTok for more inspiring content about Africa's growth, entrepreneurship, and economic empowerment. Africa is not the future. Africa is now. Let's own our narrative and use our capital and shape our destiny. You have been watching Tendereize channel. I'm your girl Feli from Uganda. I will see you in the next one. Stay tuned. Let's rise together. Bye.